Welcome to Philosophy and Critical Thinking. In today's video, I'm going to be putting forward a thought experiment which was created by the philosopher Philip Pettit. The thought experiment by Philip Pettit surrounds the idea about freedom, specifically political freedom. Before going into the thought experiment, I'll go over two popular ideas of how we should understand freedom in the political sense. The first one is negative freedom. Negative freedom is when you're free from interference to do what you want. Say I want to go to the shops, but someone stops and puts a gun to my head and says you can't go to the shops. I do not have the negative freedom to go to the shops. However, say I want to go to the shops and I want to buy an item. Nobody stopped me, no one said you can't, no one's put a gun to my head, but I get to the shops and I don't have any money. In this sense, I do not have the positive freedom because I don't have the ability or the resources to do what I want. So when you are interfered in some way, you do not have negative freedom, but when you do not have the ability or the resources to do what you want, you do not have positive freedom. This distinction was made by old philosopher Isaiah Berlin, and this is typically the common way we understand how freedom works in a political sense. However, Philip Pettit is going to put forward a thought experiment to make us consider how we should understand freedom.
Let me talk about a play that many of you will know. It's a wonderful play written by Henrik Ibsen about 100 years ago called A Doll's House. And those of you who know it will remember the main character is Nora, who's married to Torvald, a young rich banker. Now, in the world that Ibsen is writing about, Scandinavia, about the 1870s, women have very few rights. Torvald has all the legal and all the cultural power in his relationship with Nora. It sounds, as I describe it, as if Nora therefore is suppressed, but actually Torvald worships the ground that Nora walks on. He dotes on her, and hence he allows her basically to do anything she wishes in the exercise of what we think of as our basic liberties. She can wear what she wishes, she can speak her mind wherever, whenever she wishes, on whatever topic. She can associate with whatever friends she wishes to associate. She can go to the theater or not, just as she wishes. In fact, the only thing he really imposes as a restriction is that she should not eat macaroons. But even that's not a problem for Nora because she hides them in her skirts. So Nora really has carte blanche. You know, she can act just as she wishes. Now, the question I want you to think about is whether Nora is a free person.
So, is Nora a free person? If you think yes, how and why is she free? If you think no, how and why is she not free? If you want to give an answer, you can give an answer in the comments section on this video or on the website in the description where I'll have a written version of the thought experiment. If you want more thought experiments and more information on philosophy, you can go onto my website www.philosophycriticalthinking.com. In that website and on this YouTube channel, I have a tutorial on arguments from analogy and thought experiments, which goes into this kind of philosophy in more detail. I also recommend the book An Introduction to Philosophical Methods by Chris Daly, which I'll have a link in the description as well. If you want to stay in tune for more, please subscribe and click the bell. Thanks.